we implement the delete button, right? We still haven't finished the add and the edit, right? So let's take a look. So here in the to do on OK, that's what we want to do when we call the API. Okay, so it's kind of same. You just need, I mean, delete and remove. They are all kind of like very similar. Let's copy the code here. Okay, so for completeness of this, let's copy the code here. So if you don't remember what this is, just try to look back last time. What I mean, the video last time. Okay, actually we needed this link as well. We can well, actually let's also copy. Let's just copy the whole thing, and let's give this event. This should be event. Okay, let's try this. So this time we are not trying to delete, right? I mean, the two mode, right? One is add, right? So let's check if the mode is add. What do we do? Okay. So first we clone it, right? Okay. Depending on the mode is add. There's two modes here. One is click here. This is add, and this is edit, right? So depending on what we're trying to do here. So here, if the mode is add, let's try this. We should recurrence dot. We try to shift. We want to move it in the left side. Oh, not shift. I think not. Let's look it up. I mean, I don't remember. JavaScript. Add element to array. In the beginning. Let's see. Is it on shift? Okay, it's on shift. Okay. On shift. Okay. So let's do this. What do we have? This what is being generated in the recurrence rule? Okay, we need to look up that. Where do we find it? How do we find the recurrence rule string? So we want to generate a span, right? So we already said that this should be a span. The span need to have duration and this, right? Okay. So we need to find the duration and the string. Okay. Duration. Let's put the number for now. And this need to have some string, right? So what is this string? So how do we get this string, right? So because this is already in the reducer, so we can just get it this is coming from the reducer. So when you change it, the reducer is changing. So yeah, I mean, we don't have that. Give me a sec. Huh. Oh, it's passed in. Okay. This I think this is passed in from outside, but that outside is using the reducer. I think we can use. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Okay. We can test it. The second thing is the duration. Where do we get the duration? Duration is a number, basically, right? I mean, basically it's here. Basically here, when you add, right, you can be 9 hours or 9 minutes. So we do have, every time when you update the duration number, let's take a look. Where is it? Where do we have the duration? Let's just do search. Duration. Okay, this is the duration. Okay, it's kind of here. Every time you do this, when it's setting, we have the unit and this one, so it's in here essentially. How do we do that? How do we get it, right? Because we pass a duration down to the child. So this is a child component. So but our model is here, yeah, and when it's updating the recurrence rule, so because it's updating the in the reducer, we have it. But here the hour and the unit. So basically here when it's changing. So this is a state, right? So how do we get it from child is can you let's search React get child component state. Okay, how we get that, right? Is a good way to do that? Let's see. This is the example. Okay, so this field, so it has a field passed down, and this is the form editor. Form editor has some. This is the state, right? And so it passed down this. So the value. If you already have unchanged handler for, so you don't see why you couldn't just move the state up to the form editor, pass down as callback. Okay. Okay, then what it's trying to say is let's move this up to the parent. So yeah, okay. So you can, when you update it, just pass this as a function. So okay. Let's see if we can do this. Here let's copy this, right? So this become the original duration. Yeah, that's the original duration. Originally we are passing the duration down, not anymore. We want to pass the last and the unit. Okay, so let's change this then. We want to have last, and the unit is a string. So we only have last and the unit anymore, and we're gonna get rid of those two. Okay. So the value will, last is a string, or give me a sec. Oh, so last is more like a string. Okay, let's see. So let's pass this to the child. Hopefully we're not breaking anything. Unit, okay. Why is this giving error? String not assigned to type number. Oh, did we say this is number? Oh, this should be a string. Okay, cool. Now everything's good, except we need to pass the set last as well, because we need to call it, right, to update it. So we need to pass down the variable set last and set unit as a function. So in the child, when say try to do something, say we'll call our function. So this is basically a function. We just try to pass down the function to it. Set let's do one at a time. So here you do set last. That's a function. So the input is last string and for it. Okay, so now you have set last here. Let's see if it's working. Okay, looks like it's good now. Also we want to do set unit, right? Set unit. It's also a function, set unit. That's the unit. So here it's erroring because we need to pass this function, set unit. Okay. Now we have set unit, and so let's pass the function set unit. Okay. So basically, when the child component is updating it, so let's say unchange. So whatever this is doing, this should be set unit. I think it should be the same. Yeah, I mean it's using the value. Does it have anything? It should be just toString. Selected value. Okay, that's just toString. I mean, okay, let's just try this. Okay. Let's first check out if first it didn't break our UI. Okay, so if I click this and I change it to minute, hour, looks good. Okay. Next thing we want to do is for the add. When we did all this because we want to calculate the duration, right? Now we have the last and the unit, right? So basically the last is passed int because it was a string, right? So multiply. So we want to see if the unit is equal to hours. Because it's hours, we need to multiply by like 6. Because our duration is using minute, right? Otherwise, we just multiply by 1. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try it. Okay. Let's see if our delete is still working. Delete. Okay, delete working. Delete working. Okay, we only have 1. Okay. Now let's add 1. Okay. Add every 2 days, for example. Every 2 days. Okay. Blocks is on my calendar. Huh. So it works, right? So here it's showing this. And actually, let's look at what with the API is being sent. Network. So every day is not every 2 days. Huh. Give me a sec. I thought that I changed this to every 2 days. Let's see what is being sent. So first, looks like it's not sending the correct data we have. Duration seems correct, but the interval is not. Something is still weird. Okay, I guess it's not changing the reducer for some reason. Let's take a look. So I guess here still have some issue. But we are at least sending. We are able to send it, right? The bug right now here is looks like the recurrence rule we add here is not really changing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so before we do that, we also want to do one more thing, is always close it, right? So we want to change the visible to false. We all want to close it on click. Right, so that one we have to do. So add, right? So it looks like it's not exactly changing. Even I change it to weekly, Wednesday. Okay, that's clear. So looks like we are not using the correct recurrence rule for some reason. We need to figure out that. Okay. Let's stop for now. I mean, we'll take a look at in the next video.